Welcome back to another episode of Simply Tallahassee Films, and today we're going to review today's practice. Today, Monday, August 5th, 2024. Big shout out to everybody that's in the chat box, everybody that's watching live, everybody that'll watch the replay. Also want to send a huge shout out to the weather. Everything is safe. We are good. No issues with Hurricane Betty. We're on the up and up. No lights out. A few limbs down, but everything else is good in this household. So thank you, Lord, for that. We're on the up and up. So without further ado, let's kind of dive on into what's went on. We're going to start with the depth chart. The depth chart was released this weekend for the upcoming preseason game, which will be Saturday. We're going to talk about a few surprises on that. Then we'll get into things that were released today for practice. We'll talk about the upgrades that were revealed for the stadium. Then we'll get into the practice and we'll just dive right into it. What up, B? Mic check 1 2 1 2. That's what the 1 2 1 2 is for Brandon. Appreciate you. What up, Killer Cam? Appreciate you for joining. Thank you, Cam. Appreciate you for joining. Appreciate you. And Carlo, appreciate you for joining also. Hey, C Iron. 1 year ago yesterday, we were kicking it at the roundup. Yesterday was the 1 year anniversary for the roundup. 1 year ago yesterday, we were all kicking it at the roundup up there in Columbia. That was a year ago yesterday. Man, that was a great night too. That was a great night. How do I hit the like on my phone? I'm not sure. Not sure how you do that. Oh, you just hit the thumbs up. You hit the thumbs up button. So I appreciate it. Appreciate you, Marvin, for joining. Appreciate it. On some of them, you have to hit the X, and then you go hit the thumbs up. You hit the little X up under the screen, then you go hit the thumbs up, then you bring it back up. So appreciate you, Jared, for joining. Appreciate you, Jared. Also coming in, Blackula. Appreciate you, Blackula, for picking it up. Professor Zoom, what up, though? What up? Appreciate you. And again, for those that don't know, last year we had a meet and greet in Columbia, Maryland. We called it the Roundup Meet and Greet, and we had a blast, man. We had a great time. We had a meet and greet at the actual place. Then we had an after party that we hung out for afterwards. It was a great time, and actually today was the day it took me forever to get back home. It was a mess trying to get back home, but the meet and greet went off well. But let's go ahead and dive into it. Joey B. Toys. Joey, the quarterback, Joey? Is this true? What Joey B? What Joey B you talking about? And if it's true. What up, Coyer? What up? What Joey B you talking about? Might be going to see the that's big time right there. That's big time, Thomas. Hope you get a chance to do that. Let's get into this depth chart and see what's going on. We'll start with the defense. So first up on that first group, and none of these guys on this first group are probably going to play Saturday, so we probably won't get a chance to see any of these guys play. He said just kidding. Okay. Matabike, Pierce. The surprise on this first group to me is Travis Jones. I expected Travis to eventually be in this starting group, but I didn't expect to see him on the first group starting off. So having Travis Jones start next to Michael Pierce when the season starts, I think that's going to be really good for our run defense. I think it's going to be really good for Travis himself. And trying to move Michael Pierce and Travis Jones is going to be a load for opposing offensive lines, which is going to be crazy. Trying to move all that mass and have to deal with whatever we put on the edge. Travis Jones, Michael Pierce, Matabike That's a lot to deal with up front. A lot. That's wild. That's 3 really good players in the heart of our defense. So that means Roquan and Trent Simpson should have free reign. They shouldn't get touched a lot. There should be no interior offensive linemen getting up on Roquan and Trent Simpson. They should run free and be able to make plays. Travis, Michael Pierce, Matabike, they should command at least 4 offensive linemen every time with an edge guy taking the 5th. So there should be no offensive lineman getting up on the second level at all. Roquan, Trent, y'all should run free all game long. All game long. Cal Van Noy starting at the other offensive, outside linebacker. Brandon Stevens as your first corner. Marlon Humphreys as your other corner. Kyle and Marcus. There's no surprises there. The other surprise, in which I said this with Yolanda yesterday, that Nate Wiggins is the 4th corner, which I kind of suspected, but I didn't expect Jalen Davis to be in front of him. That's what I didn't suspect. What's up, Yolanda? Appreciate you for joining. What's up, Ra? Appreciate you for joining. Alicia, I'm sorry. Appreciate you for joining. Appreciate you guys. I didn't expect Jalen Davis to be in front of Nate Wiggins. That's what I didn't expect. But I also did say drafting Nate Wiggins and TJ Tampa would light a fire up under Jalen Davis. I did say that. I did say drafting those 2 guys this year would light a fire under Jalen Davis and Pepe, because you got 2 young corners that's really, for being hurt, they hadn't had a chance to play. So I'm going to go ahead and draft 2 more young corners. I'm like, okay, I got to get my stuff together. I'm going to be up out of here. Hey, Tundra, appreciate you for joining. Appreciate it. So it looks like getting 2 more young corners has got these other guys like, oh, I got to get my stuff together and get right. So that's another thing. I like the fact that I do see Tavius Robinson behind Kyle Van Noy. I'm hoping to see a big leap out of him. Hoping. I see Ojabo is behind Owe. So those 2 guys are probably the guys we'll see start Saturday. I was hoping we could see Adisa Isaac practice so we can see him in the game Saturday. But if he doesn't practice this week, I think it'll be hard pressed for us to see him play Saturday. So Adisa's going to mess around and let Warthall or Ravenel or somebody like that get a lot of reps that he needs. Quincy Roche probably get some of them reps, and then Joe Evans has made his way back, and that's going to open the door for Joe Evans to get some quality reps too. But and no real surprises up here other than the ones I talked about. TJ Tampa still hurt, so he's probably not going to play either. And we probably get a lot of Nate Wiggins and Sanusi Kane. And is what's my other safety's name? Is Bo Braid back? Cause I know he was hurt. Chat box, help me out with that. Is Bo Braid back? Is he back practicing? Because I hadn't heard much about him. I know he was hurt. Is Bo Braid back? And while I transition to the offensive side, somebody help me out with that answer. Let's go to the offensive side of the depth chart. The big surprise over here, and they've kind of alluded to it so far. Falele has replaced Ben Cleveland at right guard. Ben Cleveland is the biggest conundrum I've ever seen in my life. Again, I talked about this with Yolanda yesterday. For 3 years in a row, I felt like he's had a starting job and he's lost it. The first year, I feel like he lost the starting job to Ben Powers. Ben Powers slid in there and translated that into a big payday with the Broncos, if I'm not mistaken. The next year, I feel like he had a starting job and lost it to Meg DeSimpson, who parlayed that into a contract with the Jets last year. This year, I felt like he had a spot because he played well in the 2 games at the end of the year. And then, with that being said, we let Kevin Zeitler go he went to Detroit. So Ben Cleveland, hey, that's your spot because you play well in Kevin Zeitler's absence. We fit you right in. And now you done let Cinder Block Feet, who now is probably Brick Fleet, you let him get your spot. He just can't get right. Y'all remember the movie Life? Ben Cleveland just can't get right. He just can't get right. So now Falele slid in there, and he's getting the opportunity to get that. Now, last year, the only starter that we saw on the offensive line play was John Simpson because he was fighting for a spot. I wonder if we'll see Falele play Saturday. I wonder how. Well, we know Linderbaum not gonna play. One, because he's a starter. Two, because he hurt. Ronnie's not gonna play. I wonder how many of those guys will we see play, which is crazy. So that's the biggest surprise so far. As far as everybody else up here, I don't think there's much of a surprise as far as who's up here. And as far as where they're at either. We kind of already knew tight end wise, we knew that order. Quarterback wise, we knew that order. Running back wise, we knew the order. Receiver wise, that's kind of what we thought. No real surprises on the offensive side. We really just want to see those guys, on the field and kind of see what they do. So and I thought this too, Blackler, but at some point you gotta perform and practice it to start. Because we gotta see it as coaches, we gotta see it in practice before we just put you in the game. Because sometimes when you just get in the game because somebody hurt, that's different. But we gotta see it in practice before we just trust you in the game. We gotta earn that trust. Gotta earn that trust some kind of way. Let's see what we're at with our likes. Oh, we hit our 25 like mark, so let me go ahead and drop the 25 points for you guys before I move on. We hit our 25 like mark, so we can go into our loyalty points. And every time we get to a multiple of 25, I give loyalty points for you guys. So I just gave everybody 25 loyalty points. And at the end of the month, we'll have our giveaway. We started that back August 1st. So at the end of the month, we'll have loyalty points. You can check your points by doing exclamation point points in the chat box, and they'll show you how many points you have. So once we get to 50, I'll do that also. So that's why I have that poll question up there. It says, have you hit the like button yet? So once we get to 50, I'll come back and check that and do it again. All right. So as far as the depth chart, the few surprises or things that stood out to me, that's what we talked about right there. And, well, we could talk about the right tackle thing, too. Pat McCarry and Roger Rosengartner, with Falele moving to right guard, that kind of opened that competition right there. So, I think, and they really love to have McCarry as a backup. So I think these preseason games are really going to be crucial to see if Rosengartner can handle the NFL, the rigors of the NFL. Because if he can handle them in the preseason, I think that'll relegate Pat McCarry back to a backup role and be like the sixth man, so to speak. That'll be like the sixth man, so to speak. So if Rosengartner can take that right tackle spot, Pat McCarry will go back to being the all-purpose six-man guy, and then that'll kind of set the lineup. And then Ben Cleveland will just be kind of stuck back there. But we'll see. Now, I did hear some news about Ben Cleveland, but we'll get to that once we get to the practice part. All right, which we'll start to do now. So let me get me back up here. Let me change my screen behind it. Get this off. So we're done with that. Let me check this. So we hit our 50 likes. Let me drop those 50. And you also get points by commenting in the stream as well. Commenting. Commenting is how you earn the initial points. And once you earn initial points, then you get the loyalty points. You have to earn the initial points first. I forgot to say that initially, which is my bad. You have to earn initial points first. You can also see the top too by doing exclamation point top. and you'll see who got like the most, if you care to do that. All right, so now we ready. Now we ready. There we go. So we'll start off with them unveiling the new additions to the stadium. So we got that good. All right. First thing up, they had this thing they call the Black Wing, and this is a tweet from the actual Ravens Twitter. Let me put my headphones on so I can hear. I don't know if it got sound or not. Let me see. I'm all for a good sports bar. I'm all for a good sports bar. This looks nice. Like when I saw this, I don't know if you saw that movie with Tiffany Haddish in it, where it was like, this is nice. That's what I thought about. Look, I'm for a good sports bar, the Black Wing. I'm sure it's a play on the Raven. But yeah, this looks real nice. Probably out of my budget, but it looks nice. Looks real nice. At the stadium. At the stadium. At the stadium. Let me see. That damn dub says I like our running back chart. MF will sleep on Justice Hill. Yeah. I don't sleep on Justice Hill. I think Justice Hill is going to have a really solid role in our offense. And like I've been saying it for forever. I don't think nobody's gonna get 1,000 yards because I think Hill's gonna play a part. I think Henry's gonna play a part, and I think eventually later on in the year, like November, December, Keaton's gonna play a part. So that's why I think that. I think the only person that's gonna have a huge numbers is Lamar. But as far as the Black Wing, that thing that's clean right there. All right, so Jameson tweeted this. It says, a look at the roof deck, which is a social space at M&T Bank Stadium. It's open to fans before and after games. It says, welcome to the roof deck. Let me put this, let me go full screen here. So you see the whole thing. There we go. Welcome to the roof deck. All right. Jameson, you ain't slick. Who taking these pictures, Jameson? You ain't slick. Jameson ain't slick. Look, what these angles are, Jameson? He ain't even get the whole Baltimore Raven in there. Jameson ain't slick. I should hit Jameson with the James Harden meme. The side eye. Jameson ain't slick with these angles. He could have took pictures anywhere else. You ain't slick, my boy. You ain't slick. But that look nice too. That look nice too. Oh, view of the city. Okay. Ravens trying to do it up. Trying to do it up. I see you. That rooftop vibes. Gotcha. See, he double back. See? Jameson, you ain't slick, my boy. You ain't slick, Jameson. You double back. You had to get multiple angles, Jameson. See? Oh, okay. All right. Now when he get in trouble, we had it here first, people. Jameson come out with a black eye from his wife. We had it here first, people. We had it here first. When tomorrow when he report on ESPN with a dotted eye, we heard it here first. We heard it here first. All right, let's go back to the regular. All right, so that's from Jameson Hensley, the roof deck. All right, now to practice. Some regular vibes from Jonas. I say rookie wide receiver Devontae Walker's back at practice. Another day of high temps and full pads. Let's see what they're working with this drill. Starting with slow, speeding up the feet. Just working quick feet. Just working the tempo of your feet. Because you run routes at different tempos. That's all they're doing. Just working with the different tempos of the route. Because you can start with slow tempos, you speed it up. You just run at different tempos to keep the defenders off. Because you don't run every route full speed. Because if you do, the DBs get your speed down and can kind of know when you're gonna break and when you're gonna turn and do stuff like that. So you run routes at different tempos, and that's all it is. Just something, a little fundamental stuff to get you up to speed and get you warmed up. Just little stuff like that. Something simple. If you just joined us, go ahead and smash that like button while we go through these video clips. The clip on the left, little tackle drill. It says Raven defensive backs working through individual drills, working a little angle tackling, getting your head across, using the sideline. Little warm-up drill. Ooh, somebody bringing it right there. A little physical right there. Somebody, who that was? I think that was Marlette. Like it. NFL, well, not NFL, football in general is starting to use these little, because in the past, you used to just line up head to head and go hit people. We we are really getting to the point where we're trying to use more situational football like stuff in drills. I like the fact that they have their back to each other, running around the cone and just trying to make it more realistic. They're trying to use drills that are more realistic to the game and take out that just impact. And because I know when I played and even when I first started coaching, we all just got hyped for Oklahoma. And Oklahoma ain't realistic. Honestly, if we want to keep it a buck, Oklahoma ain't realistic. Oklahoma ain't realistic except for if you at the goal line. So, but that's, they trying to be smarter about what they do and trying to keep all the contact out and trying to get lower concussions and all that good stuff. And I love the fact that they starting to use the hats too. They starting to use the hats in practice, and a lot more people starting to use those hats. Tweet from Kyle Barbie says, Raven absences Dante Hardy. Now Hardy, this is week 3, and I don't think Hardy's practiced yet. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the chat box, but this is week 3, and I don't think Hardy's practiced yet. Quincy Roche missed practice. Trayvon Mullen with the shoulder. Says the offensive line has not taken the field yet, and we just talked about Devontae Walker. All right, got a little video of quarterbacks working quick feet. So what they doing is they using the line and they step in front and behind the line and then turning their shoulders throwing the ball. Well, the first drill. In front and behind the line, squaring their shoulders and throwing the ball. All right, with the second drill, he's just trying to make sure he backpedal down, straight down the line. Gonna drop straight down the line. Get his shoulder square to the target. Throw the ball. Shoulder square to the target. Throw the ball. Just working handoffs. This is fundamental stuff. Trying to check down. Want to catch that clean, Justice. We don't want to double catch. We don't want to double catch. Double catch leads to incompletions, interceptions, or fumbles. If you double catch it and bam, you get hit, the ball coming up out of there. Coming up out of there. But I'm glad to see them getting Derrick Henry involved in these little check down routes. But if you can get him the ball like that in space, what DB wants to tackle Derrick Henry once he got the ball right here? Tell me that. Tell me that. How many times have we seen what he did to Josh Norman? What DB wants to tackle Derrick Henry once he got the ball out here in space? A linebacker maybe, but you just think about what he did to Josh Norman. He get the ball right here with a full head of steam going. Some DBs gonna make business decisions. They're gonna make some business decisions, and I'm here for it. And I'm here for it, really. I'm gonna be here for it. All right. We got getting better every day. Travis Jones, who was in that number 1 group. I'm here for it. In the number 1 group on the depth chart. And they just working on explosion. Working on exploding, getting them hips out, exploding out of them hips, out they stand. Firing off on the offensive lineman. That's all it is. Just working on exploding. Exploding and extending, firing off on the offensive lineman. Same drill we watched a minute ago, just from the official Baltimore Ravens thing. Player of the day. Brandon Stevens reach. Zay Flowers teach. Lord have mercy. That boy so the joystick. So remember, so let's practice. Let's practice for the game, y'all. All right. So let's practice. Everybody that's here paying attention, let's practice. So we're gonna practice for when the game starts right now. Everybody paying attention. So when Zay Flowers scores, we know how our emojis do. So Zay's emoji is the joystick. So right now, everybody just throw a bunch of joysticks. Just chat a bunch of joysticks. If you're not driving, if you can, throw a bunch of joysticks in the chat box and watch the screen just go crazy. Because we know that's what we do when Zay Flowers score. We throw a bunch of emojis in it. So let's just assume Zay Flowers score, and we're gonna throw a bunch of joysticks on the screen. So we practicing right now for games. This is our official practice for games. So joystick time. Let's see if we can follow directions. There we go. Yes, there we go. Good job, good people. Good job. So when we watching the games, like we're gonna watch the game Saturday. We're gonna watch the preseason game Saturdays. But when and if we have somebody new score, we gotta find an emoji for them, and we're gonna do the same thing. So when the game start and we get Lamar might score, I think Lamar emoji was 8 ball, and so we'll do the 8 balls, and we'll have different stuff for different people. So just that was our practice right there. That was our practice. Let's keep rolling. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate it. We good people. We know how to follow directions. All right. Kyle Barber. He says offensive player today. Red zone 11s. Lamar Jackson throws up.
Keep staying locked in.
Appreciate you. Somebody just subscribed. I can't see it. The lights are blinding me, but I'll get to it in just a second. Matter of fact, I'll get to it now. That's important. Recent event. LaDon Names. Is that a play on LeBron James? LaDon Names just subscribed. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, big dog. But the next one says from Kyle Barber, offensive player today, red zone 11s, and Lamar Jackson throws it up to Rashad Bateman in the back corner. Bateman out leaps Jalen Norman Davis and Darius Washington to come down with the touchdown and double coverage. Roars from the sidelines erupted. Now, I didn't do my recap Saturday, but Saturday they made a concerted effort to throw the ball to Rashad Bateman, and they had a good day. So Lamar and Rashad had a good connection Saturday. This is a continuation of that connection today. So that's 2 days of them connecting and getting chemistry and trying to get on the same page and have a connection leading up to the season. So that's kind of why I titled it the Lamar to Bateman heating up, or the Lamar to Bateman connection, or whatever I put the title is. I don't even remember anymore. But this is one of the reasons I did that, because this is the second day of them trying to, get that thing together and whatever issues they have, fix them. So that's why I kind of titled that. So that's a good thing. Next one. Another one from Kyle Barber. Our defensive player today. Safety Darius Washington jumps Josh Johnson's pass to Malik Cunningham on a full sprint, picks the ball and heads 80 yards the other way for a pick six. Hamilton on the sideline sprinted onto the field to celebrate and run with him. Well, that's what the defense is supposed to do. You all celebrate together. If I get a pick, you better be celebrating with me. Another one for Kyle Barber says one interception was rather entertaining. Johnson threw 2 interceptions now. So that's what we were talking about the other day. Our backup quarterback situation is an issue. And I think Jess Reba put that in his article on The Athletic. Like, the backup quarterback situation is a real problem. Like, so we hopefully we won't have to use a backup quarterback this year in a meaningful situation. but it's a real situation. One interception was rather entertaining. Johnson's pass deflected off Scotty Washington. That's one of the tight ends, one of the backup tight ends, into the hands of Marlon Humphrey. Humphrey pitched it to Hamilton. Hamilton pitched it to Malik Harrison. Malik Harrison pitched it to Darryl Worley. So it's good to see them guys out there having fun. Because the NFL is known for being no fun league. So it's good to see the coaches let them have fun at practice before it gets really, really serious. That's a good thing to see them out there having fun at practice. Kyle also came back with a tweet. He said Travis Jones was a monster today. Dominated the pass rush 1v1s and the 2v2 drills. Also ate up blocks in 11. That's what I like to hear. I'm a big fan of Travis. Was a fan of Travis before he started showing out this year. I kind of saw like the tools in Travis, and it's good to see him transform his body and start to dominate. And hopefully his domination won't just be in practice; it'll transfer into the season as well. And again, he was with the ones on the depth chart, which was a surprise from me. Tweet from Jeff. Ravens practice just ended. Rashad Bateman delivered the offensive player of the day, elevating over 2 DBs in the end zone to catch a TD pass from Lamar Jackson. However, Bateman, who was having a nice practice, stayed down for a while, got up, and appeared to be holding his ribs / midsection. I hope you okay. I hope he's okay. He's had 2 good days, so I hope that's not an issue. Darius Washington had a would-be pick 6, jumping to Josh Johnson pick in the red zone. Marlon Humphrey pick, we talked about that one. Odafe Oweh was impressive. Roger Rosengarten struggled with power. Okay, so the good thing is Oweh is impressive, but who is he impressive against? Is he impressive versus McCarry and Rosengartner? Or is he impressive versus Ronnie? If Oweh is impressive versus Rosengartner and McCarry, that means nothing. Check tally points. Okay. Check tally points. That's a reminder for myself. Oh, we at the 75 mark. Let me give y'all 75 points. See how I got that up there to remind myself, and I thought y'all was talking to me. But that's what the reminder for. Let me give y'all 75 points real quick. See? I got a built-in reminder that I thought y'all was telling me that. That's what old age and reminders do for you. 75 points given. Appreciate y'all for smashing that like button. Appreciate it. And if everybody hit it, we can get to 100 because we're over 100 people viewing right now. Over 100 people viewing. Bam. Back to where I was. But like I was saying, if Oweh is beating the heck out of Rosengartner and McCarry, to me that don't mean a lot. But if he's beating Ronnie, that means more to me. If that makes sense. Because McCarry is so-so, and then Rosengartner trying to get his feet wet. Because remember when Oweh was beating Villanueva, and we thought Oweh was finna come to his own, and Villanueva end up not being able to block me that year, and then Oweh didn't do much that year as well. So it matters who he's impressive against. It matters. It matters. All right, let's go to the next one. Let me take a few comments real quick. If you got something down here, let me see. Thomas Morgan says we need Travis Jones to be that guy. Interior pass rush has been lacking since the days of Haloti Nada. That's been a long time now. Exactly right. And I think interior pass rush is equally, if not more important as edge rush. Because I think interior pass rush is more effective than edge rush because it gives the quarterback nowhere to go, to me. Like it messes up his line of sight. He don't really have a place to scramble because on edge rush, he can step up and then go left or right. If the rush comes up the middle, he really don't have anywhere to step up and go. A comment from Christian Matthews. Any update on performance? Honestly, I don't even know who Christian Matthews is. Honestly, in fact, let me look at my depth thing. I don't have a clue who that even is. Honestly, is even on my depth chart. Christian Matthews. Let me see. I don't have no clue even who that is. You might be trolling me, but I'm gonna look and see. I don't even see that name. Oh yeah, I do. Christian Matthews, a cornerback. Yeah, I don't have any. I haven't heard that name or anything mentioned or anything. He's a cornerback, Christian Matthews. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about him. Haven't heard anything about him. Let's see what else we got. and Terry Russell was Tom Brady's kryptonite. Yep, sure was. Sure was. Let's see what Harb's talking about. Talking about Linderbaum's injury.
Tyler's out right now. They're kind of evaluating him. He had some discomfort, and we're going to hold him out. We're going to be very cautious with Tyler. Obviously, it's not anything he needs right now in terms of practice, so we'll kind of rest him up there. Tyler's out right now.
Yeah, that's Yolanda asked me a question last night. Was I worried about Linderbaum? And Harb's kind of said the same thing I said. I'm not worried about him. Like, they're gonna hold him out to make sure to be safe, but he's that dude, and he do we need to practice? Yeah, but holding him out and just being safe with him is not an issue because he's one of the best in the business right now. What he do? Oh, I skipped this one from Jeff. With Linderbaum sideline, the Ravens had Ben Cleveland working at center. He's been taking center reps in OTA since OTAs, but he got the longest look today. So I wonder how that looked. I would love to know, like, from any of the reporters that were at practice today, how did that look with Ben Cleveland at center? I'm intrigued. Not saying he get PT there, but I'm intrigued to know how that looked. And well, we may get to see that Saturday. We may get a chance to see Ben Cleveland at center Saturday with Tyler out. So we'll see. We'll see. I wonder how that look. The more you can do is to make it to hang around by being able to play guard and center. And remember, he played a little tackle last year too in the preseason. So we'll see. He may not be thrown out the door with the trash just yet. All right, another one from Jeff. Harbaugh didn't have any updates on Bateman since it happened in the last 10 minutes of practice. This is Malik Harrison. Let's see Malik talk.
Player coming in regardless, you get more snaps and, you seeing things different. It's going to be challenging, but, Trent has been doing great, this whole camp. So, I can't wait until the, season and see how he is this whole season.
Okay. Is it awkward that they ask him questions about a guy that's in front of him? Even though Malik is like one of those jack of all trades, because even though Malik's not listed as an outside linebacker, Malik's really going to be like a first down. Like, they got Van Noy listed as a starter. Malik's going to be right there on first down. We all know that. Van Noy's not going to be like the run-stopping outside linebacker or the run-stopping edge. That's going to be Malik. And then once they get in pass situations, Van Noy's going to come in. We saw it last year. That's not going to change this year. When it's 1st and 10, Malik's going to be the edge guy up there with Owe. It's not going to be Van Noy. And then when we get him in 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 12 or whatever, that's when Van Noy's going to be in there. But when in run situations, Malik's going to be the edge guy. They just didn't label Malik as an outside linebacker. They got him behind Trent on the depth chart. But we know Malik's going to be the other edge guy. We all know that. Definitely. Next one, Ardarius.
And more you can do. Competition is great. It brings out the best of us and everything like that. But, man, I feel like I've been doing a pretty good job, still learning a little bit, flying around and making some plays. And more you can do.
Where is Ardarius on that depth chart? Let me go back to that depth chart again. 1 second. Ardarius he's 2nd behind Marcus. Okay. So the 2nd string safeties are Eddie Jackson and Ardarius. So, okay, that ain't bad. Ain't bad. He gonna get some shine. He'll get some shine. So he should get a good look Saturday too. We should get a good look at Ardarius Saturday too. All right. This one's from Kyle. He says more 1v1 reps from my notes. I have them all. I don't know how to really read this. Oh, okay. These are the numbers going against each other. Okay. 16 versus 44. I'm not sure who 16 is. So let me pull up my roster. Where's my backpack? I just pull up one. Give me a second. I'll pull up one on this other screen. Give me 1 second. Team. Where's the roster? Printable roster. Positional roster. Make it big enough so these eyes can see. 16 is Wade, I think. Oh, 16 is okay. Tylen Wallace versus Marlon. 30-yard catch. Marlon slowed up. 89 versus 45. That's Mark versus who was 45? Christian Matthew. Oh, there go Christian Matthew right there. Somebody just asked about Mark versus Christian Matthew. It was a mismatch, 89 catch. So somebody asked about Christian Matthew. That's the first mention of him right there. The next one is 4, which is Zay versus 24. 24 is Pepe. 24 pass PBU, near touchdown, but Pepe got a pass breakup. Next one is 80, which is Likely versus Hamilton. OOB throw. Out of bounds, maybe. Out of bounds throw, good coverage. Next one is 86 versus 2. So that's somebody versus Wiggins. Who is 86? 86 is Isaiah Washington. Isaiah Washington versus Wiggins. Great catch, great TD catch, but ruled out of bounds. Close. Next one, 7 yards. 8 is Mark versus 23. That's Mark. No, that's Trent. Mark versus Trent. Short cross of TD. 23 was close. And then Tyler Wallace versus 41. 41 is Worley. TD versus press coverage. I'm sure he got the rest of them listed somewhere, but this is the last thing he got right there. And so, put me back up here. See what we got on our likes before I shut y'all down. 7 more likes to get to 100. Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all that because we close enough. But go ahead and smash that like button for me before we get up out of here. Let me add y'all points. All right. So this is where we at. So there is no roundup today. We're saving the next roundup till Monday after the preseason game, so we can wrap that up. And then next Monday we're giving away one of the hats to the Patreon members. And again, I appreciate everybody for coming through. We're gonna every day we have practice. We're gonna do the roundup, so you can kind of not the roundup, the recap, so you can kind of come here and get your one-stop shop for everything that, so you don't have to try to go to Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. You can try to come here, get it all in one stop, and I can try to explain to you from my eyes what I see. We can kind of talk in the chat. We just all come in and hang out for a little while and just chop it up. I appreciate everybody for participating. I appreciate everybody for chatting, for having conversations, for talking to me, for talking to each other. And I'm going to see if this credit thing works again. Let's see if this works again before we get up out of here. One more time. Trying to get everything situated for when the season starts. It rolls. Let's see. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. But if not, that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate it. And I'm going to be out. I'll be out. But it do work. It works. Okay. So when the season, when we do start having more people join and super chats and all that different stuff, you'll have the credits roll at the end. And since LeBron Names was the only one that subscribed today, his name is the only one that rolls through. So when we get new subscribers at the end of the streams, it'll roll through. When we have donations and super chats and all that stuff at the end, that stuff will roll up at the end. So I'm always trying to add new stuff, try to make the streams, enjoyable. And this is the latest feature that I've added so far. And that's what I got. So that's all I got for y'all today, man. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Peace and love. And I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace out. What up, Don? Appreciate you for coming. Appreciate it. And the first preseason game is Saturday.